price for fresh tomatoes could skyrocket as the Trump administration ends a long-standing trade agreement with Mexico. Welcome back to Western Mass News at 4:30. I'm Beth Ward.
No, 5:30.
5:30.
And I'm Dave Madsen.
Is it Monday?
See, this is what happens. It all rolls together. The White House says it will not only end the trade deal, but will impose a large tariff on Mexican tomato imports.
Tonight, a look at where the majority of tomatoes in local stores come from and the growing interest in growing your own. Tomatoes are big sellers here at the Big Y in Longmeadow.
The vine ripened are probably the most popular that we carry, and those are out of Canada.
In fact, Big Y produce sales manager Lynn Goda tells Western Mass News, until tomatoes come into season locally,
we get most of our tomatoes from Canada and only 30% out of Mexico.
That's good news for local customers. Citing protection of U.S. tomato growers, the Commerce Department has ended the so-called suspension agreement on fresh tomatoes from Mexico. It means a 17.5% tariff or tax on imported Mexican tomatoes. Analysts say eventually that could lead to nationwide shortages and price hikes of 40 to 85%.
I would say don't panic. The company doesn't feel that it's going to be a long situation, and we don't anticipate any price hikes coming up soon.
We have all the tomatoes anyone could need.
Meadowbrook Farm in East Longmeadow supplies fresh produce to Big Y seasonally, including tomatoes.
We haven't even put them in the field now. The nights are still a little cold and it's been very wet, so it might even be later than normal.
In the meantime, Meadowbrook's Veronica Jandrew says tariff or not, their 25-plus varieties of tomato plants are big sellers and continue to grow in popularity since they're hardy and do well in New England summers.
You need a sun and you need a little, a good spot. If you don't have that, it's even easier to put them in a pot and just put them on your back stoop or your patio and have them right there.
Back at Big Y until local field-grown tomatoes are ready, generally in July. Local hothouse tomatoes should be on the shelves around the end of the month. Now, the Commerce Department says most U.S.-grown tomatoes come from Florida, California, and Ohio. Meantime, negotiations between the two sides, the U.S. and Mexico, continue. The Commerce Department says it sent a new proposal to Mexican growers. It has yet to receive a response.